Hi guys, it's 2 o'clock and let's get started. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a shout out from everybody? Larry, how you doing? Good to see you here. Ken, I'm glad you're on. Mark, Alana, Jason, wow, everybody's coming on. That's great. All right, William, Larry. Okay, let's just see. Let's see. Just waiting for a couple of more coming in right now. Dalber's on the line. That's great. Okay. Got some latecomers in. All right. Okay. Well, let's get started, guys. Um, First, this is basically the update webinar from last week's, actually a few weeks ago with Paul. If you haven't seen the webinar, if you don't know who I am and you don't even seen the last webinar that I had with Paul, there's if you go to your chat, you'll find a link to the YouTube video that talks about how I've purchased Endless Rise uh, and how what happened with Paul with his accident and the changes that we're making and the improvements that we're excited about. Um, and so please check that out if you haven't seen that. But to basically follow up, I want to let everybody know that the webinar is being recorded. So if you have to cut out early, you'll be able to. We'll send out the link to everybody. Listen, I think that we're going to be able to wrap this up in about 45 minutes. I know everybody's it was busy on their Fridays, and we don't want to go too long. So, I respect your time. Uh, just let's go over a few things that we want to start talking about, and we're going to address on this webinar our new SEO product launch, what you can expect, and when you can expect it. We're going to talk about eDasher status and updates. We've established a little bit of an email 911 hotline to make sure that you can always reach us if you've got a 911. We want to talk about updates to the pro membership and brand optimization both. Um, we want to talk about the Goldmine lead generator, which I think that all of you are going to be excited about, as well as a little bonus for our pro members that we really appreciate. Um, if you got my email, we're not here to sell you anything on this webinar. We are we are very excited to have a few offers to get you guys really ignited for the rest of this year and into 2016. And when I mean offers, it's offers from us to help you. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm looking at the attendees, and it's looking really great. So the first thing, let's see here. The first thing I'm going to talk about is our new SEO service product beta launch. We talked about it on the last webinar about how we are updating our main product, the SEO product uh, that was running before. Um, it's great. I'm telling you right now. We've been running some tests and we've got some great results out of it. Things are ranking very quickly. And sometimes we post a blog article or something in that nature, and it's literally on page one within 5 to 6 minutes. This is exciting stuff. I want to be able to tell you more, but I'd rather show you than tell you. And what we're doing is we're going to release the new product on December 1. And in the past, we haven't Endless Rise. We haven't done the best when it came to putting out a product and launching it without the proper testing. So what we did was we met with the staff and we said, hey, what's the best way to do this? And it's we were thinking, all right, let's release it December 1 to our partners. That way you can use it and run it on your own websites. You can beta test the tickets, make sure that everything is going right, and see the results for yourself. Okay, so if you can become your own best case study whenever we roll this out to the end client. So if all of our partners, not all of them, but the partners that want to be involved, that are chosen to be in the beta, we want to roll this out to everybody so we can get your input. How are things working? What are your results? And run it on your own, or if you want to, maybe on a select client that is, that you can see what the results are and report back to us. And then, of course, once we make sure that we've got the kinks out of the system after the first cycle and the 15th cycle of December, we'll be able to roll this out to everybody's with the end client in mind, January 1, which is going to be, a great launch for us, to start the new year. So, if you want to see that link down here, this bit.ly link, this is to opt in to the uh, to the beta list. Okay, we're only going to, if you go there, we're going to ask you three things and three things only: your email address, your company name, and the contact person that we can get a hold of. That's all we want. If you have time and you want to take part in the beta for your own website, we're going to be coming out with details on how we're going to do that. But get on the list, okay? So we can include you on that. So let's see here. I think we're going to drop the link in there for you. Judy, if you don't mind dropping that link in there, there you go. All right. So for those of you on your iPads or your iPhones, you should be able to click on that link and go to it. So the next thing we're going to talk about is EIDAS status updates. If you were about a week and a half ago, we had a big outage on eDasher. Has nothing to do with the improvements that we're making to eDasher. It had everything to do with a rack space hosting issue where they did a surprise maintenance, which killed us. 12 hours we were down, and that affects our partners greatly as well as all of our operation. One of the things that we got was a complete barrage of people calling us and emailing, not knowing if we knew that it was down. So what we've done is we've put up a Twitter status. It's eDasher status. You can go there. It'll be tweeting that we're okay or we're up, and if we go down or if there's an issue, you'll be able to know why very quickly. So we're just trying to catch up to what we should be doing all along, and making sure that we're able to convey what's happening with eDasher at all times. But to let you know, we did make sure that that's not going to happen again. Of course, if we experience slowness or anything like that, we'll be sure to let you know that we're aware of the situation. And of course, when we're not going to do anything to harm eDasher in the process of our upgrades, and we'll keep you fully informed on that. Moving on, let's see. So, since if you caught the webinar before with Paul, now you know what happened with Paul and the reason that we had a very large backlog. The support that you guys have shown us going through that time, even though there wasn't a lot of communication, and we had a large amount of emails, contact forms, tickets that were not responsive, and we apologize for that. We are back on track. If for any reason we have not contacted you and you're not caught up on everything, this email address 911@virtualgroup.co. When you send an email there, if you put something if you will, put the subject line as what your escalation or your issue is, and in the body of the email, if you'll just tell us what's going on and include your contact information. What this does is this shoots right into our brand new project management software. It alerts all the points of contact to take a look right away at that ticket, if you will, assign it, respond to it, and take action right away. Now remember, guys, it's a 911. Okay, so if you remember, if you're going to call the police or the ambulance or the fire department, let it be something that's of substance, and we'll take care of it. But for right now, let me tell you, if we haven't been able to catch up with you and you have an unanswered email or an unanswered phone call, and something dropped through the cracks, I want you to press 911 right now, and we will catch up with you. We've got people on the line right now that are on the webinar to answer questions, but if you send us an email to 911 at virtualgroup.co, we're going to leave that up. It goes right into our system and you'll get a response quickly. So, all right, let's go to talking about a little bit about pro membership enhancements that we're doing. If you're a pro member, you know that we have not had the sales battles in a while. We are coming back strong with our bi-weekly interactive sales trainings, okay? And I'm going to call them a meetup as well. We're not going to necessarily use the GoToWebinar software to do these trainings. What I'm thinking about doing is using Google Hangouts with the different software so we can get people on the line that can participate more interactively. We want to be able to hear what's working, what's not, and being able to during the sales trainings that we're going to be having, to really be interactive and taking part. Another thing that we're putting together, I'm a big believer in mastermind groups. And as part of the pro membership, we want to introduce the ability and the option to take part in a mastermind group that will help you boost your business by sharing what's working across the industry. It's good for the people who are brand new. It's good for the veterans. And if we're so spread out and there's so many different things going on in the industry, that something that's working for somebody in Portland is not going to be competing with somebody maybe in Austin, Texas, where we can share some information and the betterment of everybody. So I think that's going to be exciting with that coming out. Brand optimization platform enhancements. For those of you in the program, we are coming out around November 30th with an improved UX UI. We're making the changes that we discussed on the webinar a few weeks ago about the interface. We are going to pick up the training that needs to be with the new members to make sure that it's not just the boot camps that are in the system now, but we want to have some in-depth training on how to use the software, especially after we come out with the improved UX UI, the user experience and the user interface. We are also going to be holding probably about once a month. We'll see how it goes, maybe more, but because remember, if you're a brand optimization member, you have access to pro membership and you'll be in those trainings. But in addition, we want to be able to have some exclusive sales strategy webinars that discuss exactly how we want to use the software with the client, how we want to prepare for the meeting, how we want to go in with showing them the different options and how it works. So I want to participate with you on that on those strategy webinars. I'm looking forward to having some people who are using the software and the system successfully to participate. So if you don't mind giving me a shout out on my email or text me or hit me on Skype, let me know if you want to help out somebody else and pay it forward. I really appreciate that. But I'm looking forward to going after that. Then here's what a lot of people are on the line for. Okay, so let me tell you what we're planning. Since taking over the company, and you realize a couple of things that we really need to make sure that we're putting leads and we're putting sales information into our partners' hands. So, we have a great tool that's inside of our pro membership program. Well, a lot of people, for whatever reason, they're not a pro member. Maybe they're new in the finances, or they're just setting up their business and they don't know if it's really worth it to be a member, and that's cool. I appreciate that. But coming into this, I want to help you guys. I'm greedy. I want you guys to go out and make a lot of sales, and I want you to make a lot of money because we also want that money coming our way because we're partners, right? So let me tell you what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to put up the money in the investment so that I can give everybody who qualifies, and I'll get to that, everyone who qualifies a free access for a month to the Goldmine lead generator. Okay? I want everybody to take part. I want to show everybody what to do through trainings. We're going to walk through the software on how to generate the leads. We want to walk through the trainings on what do we do with the leads? Are we calling them? Are we emailing them? Are we knocking on their door? What are we doing? We're going to talk about that. We're going to have trainings exactly how to use the software. If you've got Pro membership now and you're not using that tool, I can understand why. It's not an easy tool to just sit down without some training and to know what to do. And we've done a poor job of training you using the Goldmine. So let's change that. That's why I'm willing to say, hey, I don't mind covering all the data costs and the fees that come along with the program for a month because I want to see results out of everybody. I want everybody to succeed in this business. And if I can do that, then I can. So here's the deal. If you sign up with this, with the program, it's free, okay? And you participate. You give me your commitment that I'm not wasting my time and I'm not wasting my money. And so you go out there, we do the trainings, you take action. We come back, we're going to report in. We're going to see what's working, what didn't work, how's everyone using the software. Then we're going to go out there another week and pound it and see what we can do to make sales and use the leads. We're going to meet back again. We're going to do this 4 times, okay? I want your commitment that you are going to take action, and I will give you my commitment that you have my full 100% support. I'll be your accountability coach if you're out there taking action and making it work. So this is not a lofty goal, but if your sales, once we start the program, if your sales are $2,000 higher than your previous month's sales, I'm going to give you access to Goldmine for a year, period. I'll cover all the charges. I'll cover everything because I know that you're going to take action. So this is, I don't see how this isn't just a no-brainer deal to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. If you have the software and you haven't been using it, jump on board. Let's do it, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Go to this bit.ly link. It's another link. If Judy, you'll throw that up there for everyone to see. Let's see. So we have that. She'll be posting that in a second. But if you go to this link, this is to register. Of course, let me point this out. It's free, okay? I'm only going to ask you for your name, your company name. Let's see here. I asked. Oh, by the way, I want to know for these trainings because I don't want to waste my money on this stuff with you guys. I want to make sure that everyone's got a fair shake at these trainings that are live. So put in there where you're at. Okay. If you're in Australia, if you're in the US, England, put in the city, state, province, and the country you're in. Because if we have enough people, we will schedule a webinar during your time zone. Okay. We'll schedule a webinar for you guys down under. We'll do it for you guys in England. We want everyone to be able to participate. And if that means doing 3 separate webinars for the people just specifically in your area, if it's East Coast, West Coast, let's see what we can do. If the numbers support it, then I'm willing to do it. You have my commitment. So here's the deal. It's going to, we're going to wait until Wednesday because what we do is we have the webinar. If there's any issues where we had people who had trouble getting on the webinar, we send out the webinar recording. So it gives everybody a chance to see the webinar and register. So we're going to close registration for the free lead generator software um, on November 11th. Okay, so close of business for us November 11th. We're going to tally up where everyone is, put all the logins together. You're going to have to give us a couple of days once we close it out, and we're going to get it out to you, and we're going to set up the program. So I'm excited about this, guys. I think that if we work together, where it doesn't cost you a thing but your time, and we can bring some sales in, of course, we all benefit. Okay. Um, the last thing that let's see here, want to talk about now. This is so cheesy, guys. I know you're laughing, so pay attention. If you just came on the webinar, or if you are kind of drifted off a little bit, my staff put this together, and I apologize. I laughed at first because I didn't want it on there. I thought it was so cheesy. But for a Friday TGIF gift, you get my ugly mug on this $100 bill. But this is for our pro members. Okay, this is we're going to send out an email with a code, and to thank you for being a pro member, I'm going to send you a $100 bonus code. Okay. If you're a pro member in good standing, because we're going to close this out in the same time. If you're a pro member in good standing on Wednesday, November 11th, you're going to get the promo code emailed to you. There's some, of course, the usual terms and conditions do apply, but basically, you know what? It's something that we want to do just to kind of show our thanks, okay, and in our appreciation to our pro members. But please don't rib me too hard about this picture here. The staff already did. Okay, so the last slide we have here is that the outpouring of support that we got from the from all of our sales partners, and from what's happened, and sometimes they've had, or the past few weeks, we've gotten a lot of feedback from maybe their campaigns weren't closing in time, or some issues like that. And everyone has really been very understanding, and we appreciate your support. One of the things that we talked about on the last webinar is how we want to improve, especially in the different areas where we needed vast improvement. On the last webinar, if you'll go back to that and watch that on YouTube if you haven't seen it. If you just came on the webinar, you'll see the link there. At the very end of the webinar, I put up my email, my Skype, and my cell phone so you could text me. The numbers are there. If you want that access to that, please go and watch the video, because I really want you to understand what's happening with the company and all the good things that we've got coming up. But since I did that, I was overwhelmed with how much that people really care about Paul, and care about what's going to happen here, and they're excited for the changes. And it's just been great. And I've probably been literally working 18, 19-hour days, since that webinar up until now. This will be the first weekend that I get to take off and just take off a day or two. Now, don't cry for me. We've needed to catch up. Okay. One of the things that I got to tell you, like for instance, our keyword research team, we were behind 279 proposals whenever I took over the company on the 15th of October. That's a lot. Now we are completely current. We've got everything out. Right now, if you put in a keyword research, it's guaranteed within 2 days. Okay. We're out of the weeds on that. When I took over on the 15th, we had 19,762 links to post. We've cut that down to 5,300 as of right now. Okay, so we are making enormous strides to get caught up and back to it. Okay, so if you have any questions about our viability or what we're doing, man, we're so excited that the staff, you can't keep them home. We've been working overtime. We're catching up on everything. Our web design team is ready to take your orders. We're current on all our projects, and we're at about 80% capacity. So that means that we can take a whole another 20% Our staff is ready to go with your projects with web design. Um, one thing that I also need to update you real quick is about our account management and sales department. Before, of course, you had a salesperson, a sales consultant that was assigned to you, and now, and then you had also an account manager who would kind of manage your campaigns if you had an issue or you needed something clarified. What we've done to streamline this process, because it didn't really make sense that, well, if you're talking to your account manager and you find out that, hey, maybe I should add on something to this campaign, that you couldn't just do it. You had to like go back and speak with Justin or Glyza or Allo and our great sales staff. Well, what we've done is we put everybody together, and now it's womb to tomb. You're going to be assigned to your sales person. We don't only call it sales anymore. We call it account manager. Okay. So, because we don't feel like we're selling you something, we're basically helping you sell to your client. Okay. Because we're partners. But the account manager has an assistant that's going to help them, but they are going to handle everything. That relationship is with one person. So when you come in and you're with Allo, she is going to handle you're helping you, guide you to make sure that the client is getting the right product, as well as handle anything that's going on in that pipeline, because we want the account manager to know your projects, what they've helped you sell to the end client, and also knowing the status of what's going on with those. So we've assembled the old account management team and the old sales team, merged them into one, done cross training. We've got exciting things happening with that to really streamline our new project management software that we use internally is already changing the way that we do things here. I mean, people are excited. We have a new internal communication network that's awesome. It's all about team right now. Um, as far as web design, real quick, I want to tell you, for those of you who remember Roy is back. Okay, so if you're looking for some great consulting, you've got Rob. Rob, I'm sure you're probably on the line. Rob is one of our best, and when it comes uh, to web design, these two, Rob and Roy, will be able to handle everything that that you can throw at them. We're very excited to have Roy back on the team. One of the first things I did when I bought the company was, you know what, I had to go after those guys that had drifted away. And so, it's like the coach is in, and you got to go after and recruit some great players. And Rob is back in, or Roy is back in. So, for those of you who know him, be sure and give him a call and give him a shout out. I'm sure he's going to be very appreciative to hear from you. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is the slide that's been up here. I'm sure you're looking at it about this improvement survey. We're asking for your help again. We want to make sure that we are up to date. We want to make sure that with the changes that we're making um, and the improvements that we're making are directly what you need to be able to succeed. So I'm going to send out this week, not this weekend, but this week, I'm going to send out a survey, probably in a Google form or maybe one of these survey monkeys. But I want you to take 10 minutes. I know that's a lot to ask. If it takes 10 minutes, it's probably too long. But I know that you're busy, but we're your partner. You gotta, if you haven't had time to speak with me personally or one of our staff, this is a perfect opportunity for you to go through. We're putting a lot of thought into the survey so that you can tell us exactly what we need to improve on, but also when it comes to our product design, what are we not offering that you want to be able to offer? Okay, we've got some great ideas that we're implementing, but we don't want to tell you what you should be doing. We want to hear back from the field. What are you being asked for? What are your clients saying? What are your clients asking for that we're not doing? So if you take this 10 minutes and if max, submit this survey when you get it. And then we're going to be able to help. We're going to report back what happened, what are people saying, what we're going to be working on. It's going to prioritize what we do to improve the company. Now, your time is valuable. I know that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, once we get everything in, it'll, maybe we put the survey out, and on the survey, maybe we wait a week or something like that. Because if you're like me, you get a ton of emails. Stephen, I got an email, we had to cancel our call today because I was preparing for the webinar, and, you didn't see my cancellation because your emails, you're, knee deep like myself. So let's give everybody a week to fill out this survey. But I'm going to pull at random, and we're going to publish, maybe first name, last name, or whatever, with permission, who wins. But we're going to give 3 different partners a brand establisher package on us for participating in the survey. Okay, I know it's not much. It's probably a brand establisher package is worth $400, $500 wholesale, and we're going to put that on credit for you, so you can go out there and sell it. You've already got it paid for, or just use it for your own company, or put it on as a bonus to somebody who comes in with a great website design program. So, if you will, throw it up there. Maybe you got a chance to win a $400 to $500 product from us for 10 minutes of your time. Let's see here. Okay, pretty much wrapping it up. I'm at 33 minutes. I'm not a big believer in long, drawn-out webinars. I know that you guys, if you're like me, it's Friday. You want to get out of there and get going. I want to tell you from myself and the rest of the staff that we are thrilled to serve you and be your partner. If you need to reach out, you can reach us at connect@virtualgroup.co, and the same number, the American number, 323-313-1234. All of the extensions are the same. The Endless Rise emails still reach all of the necessary people. We just forwarded over to the new domain, which we're migrating over this week. And that's about it from us. I hope that you guys have an excellent weekend. I hope that you will take the time to go and sign up for the beta for the SEO product that we're coming out with. We're excited about. We're also looking for your participation with the lead gold mine program. I really, really want to see you guys come in and commit to following the program. Give me 4 weeks. Let me show you how to use the software. Let's motivate you and I to work together to get you out there to close some sales. I want to put some money in your pocket. We want to show you that it's that we can all succeed. And if we do it, if you prove that we can do this, obviously you're going to have the software for the rest of the year. So I think there's some value there, and I hope you will recognize that. I just ask for your commitment. That's all. So anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Let's wrap this up, and we will catch you on the next webinar, probably next week. We were away for a little bit. We've been working like crazy, but we're going to pick up the webinars, the sales webinars, as well as the free updates. I promised I wouldn't sell anything, so I'm not going to sell you anything on this webinar. It's just to touch base with you. We'll talk to you next week. We also are kind of getting familiar. We had some issues with GoToWebinar when the emails go out during this transition period, but that's it. Feel free to reach out to your sales consultant, your account manager. Okay, we're morphing that in. That's finishing that transition this week. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend.